In the heart of the wood, where the pine trees stand tall, lies a tale of the unknown, shrouded in mystery for all. Sasquatch roams the shadows, big feet and fur so wild, with eyes like glowing embers, unsettling and beguiled. Sasquatch and Dogman, under the moon's silver light, they come alive in the quiet of night. Echoes of howls, footsteps so grand, secrets of the forest, known by few in this land.
Squatch dogs.
Early music fills the air, echoing through the night.
Squatch dogs.
Whispers in the woods where shadows play, legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud but no one's there, Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Dogman howls beneath the moonlit gloom, eyes that shine like fire in the room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls, ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T is more than a name, Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night, empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. Cryptids in your mind, let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know, from the forest deep to the attic's dust. O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread, hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound, empowering us as the tales go around. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name, Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night, empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name, Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night, empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. Fueled by the fight.
Hello everyone and welcome to O.C.S.T.
Bigfoot and stuff.
Alright, as you can see, we are doing a part 2 of the live that we did with ARCANE Adventures, Jessica Christensen, last night. So,
By the way, I'm Christy.
yeah. Yeah, that's Christy. I'm Harold.
You totally messed up our intro because you normally say who we are. You just threw me off. I'm sorry. I'm picking on you. Oh my goodness. It's going to be one of those nights, y'all.
No, it's going to be a good night.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so should we do roll call?
We shall, because we're waiting for people. We don't want to start it right now. And
7 people in right now.
I know. We're hoping to get more people, though.
So let's see.
Guess what?
What?
I was first in line.
Christy was the first in line. And then Tonya. Hey, Tonya. Good to see
Hello,
you.
Tonya. How's it going, hon? Well, if you want to be technical, you were the first one. Technical.
Yeah. I've been
Literally.
First one all day because I've been working on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been working just at my job.
Yeah. But, and then we have Wascally Wabbit. Hey, Diane.
Rascal Woolly Wabbit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how many rabbit holes we can go down to tonight.
John Stewart. Good to see you.
Hi, John. He's at church.
Yeah.
Pray for us.
Pray for us. Let's see.
Kevin.
Kevin. Everybody, welcome.
in.
Kevin, this is his first time being in here, so welcome to the O.C.S.T. family.
Yes, welcome in. We are so glad to have you. You're in for a good show tonight.
And let's see, who else? Belinda.
BK,
Always great to see you, Belinda.
how's it going? How's my mate? I hope you're well.
And is there anybody else yet?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Sebastian.
Sebastian. Hello,
Great to see you.
my friend Amanda. Amanda's in here.
Good to see you, Amanda.
How's it going, Amanda? It's good to see you.
Roger Blair. Good to see you.
Hello, Roger. How's it going, buddy?
Sharon with 2 R's.
Oh my goodness, I hope I can have time for my segment tonight. Sharon sent me a couple pictures earlier, and they totally made me smile.
Okay. We'll make time for your segment.
If not, the suspense will have to wait until next week.
I know everybody likes your segment, so we'll make
Hey,
time.
Kat. About time.
Hey, Kat.
Okay, kidding with Kat. Okay, she's my daughter-in-law. I can do that.
So we're planning on having Jessie on here.
As soon as she gets her stuff.
Yeah, she's a little late.
But we still love her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we did roll call first. So we'll wait for a few more people. We've got 12, and we welcome all the people that are not in chat. Hi. And all the people that are on Twitch. Hi.
Hi. So if you missed last night's episode, be sure to go back and watch it after tonight's live. But just a spoiler alert. No. No. Just a short recap. We decided to do a collaboration live with Arcane Adventures, and we both went live at the same time, which was
Interesting.
It
was very interesting, to say the least.
So, there was a little bit of an issue with some people hopping in that didn't belong here.
Oh, yeah.
And we took care of that pretty quick. So, moderators, if you're in here, be a little vigilant, because I'm sure they'll try to pop back in.
And it's okay, Kevin. We are just giving Jess a hard time. And we are glad that you're here. And hello, Edith.
Hello, Edith.
How are you, dear?
Great to see you.
I hope you are well.
But, so, we, the show was about the Patterson-Gimlin film and the controversy, not just from the original documentary, but the upcoming documentary to be released at some point to the public that very few people have been invited to see so far. And there's Jess. Hey, Jess.
You are so late. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yay! That's a good Verizon connection. Oh.
Am
You
I?
called in at just the right time because we were rehashing yesterday.
I'm hearing double. Are you hearing double when I talk?
Nope.
No.
Okay, maybe it's just.
Do you
me.
have it open on any other?
No, but because I haven't been on Restream, I set up a new microphone and camera, and I haven't been on Restream with the new camera. It like reset
Oh.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, snap.
yeah, because when I logged in, it was like, hold on, let me see if I can do this and show you. I don't know if it'll change it. Yeah, see? So now I have a different camera.
Cool.
I like that. I don't know. It's cool.
It's better though. It's like it's got more like HD.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Now you can interview yourself.
right? Put my split personalities to work.
Hello, Jim's camera at music or on music. How
Hey,
are
Jim.
you? Greetings.
Great to see you, Jim.
So, before we get into this, are you going to show me your little toys?
Oh.
Your new stuff.
I don't know if I have it.
Hey,
on
for
both
all the
sides.
people that are looking in our,
Hi, Amanda.
can anybody notice the difference in our backdrop?
I can't. I'm not going to bring it over the computer because it's full of coffee.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
This is my new tumbler.
It's so cute and tiny. I love tiny things though.
It's yeah. Can you guys see the Bigfoot on it?
So
It says Sasquatch. No, Dad Squatch. It says Dad Squatch. It's not mine. It's Harold's. This is part of his like Father's Day present, like a couple weeks early.
I was gonna say it's not Father's Day yet. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Tanya.
Well, it is for
Sonia.
me.
But if you guys notice anything different in our backdrop, let us know because yeah. Except for Jess, I don't think you can't.
Oh, I was gonna say, am I supposed to say something? Okay, I won't say anything.
Nope.
No. If you notice it, mention it in the comments.
A tiny tumbler, yes.
Or mention it in chat.
Hi, Diana. Hi, Jim. Hi, Sebastian. Sorry.
No, say hi to everybody. You have a chance. What's up? Jim says, well, we are doing the second version, or the part 2 of the controversy of the Patterson-Gimlin film.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I decided not to go fully into like the money part. I'm gonna keep out of that because I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's a deep rabbit hole. Yeah.
Or as Diane says, wabbit.
Wabbit.
Oh.
That is one big wabbit hole.
Yep.
Hello, T-Carp.
Hey, T-Carp.
Hey, everyone.
Travis.
Great to
How
see
You
are
guys
you?
just popped me right in, didn't you?
Yep.
We sure did. We saw your name pop up there.
Sweet. I'm glad I had pants on, dear Lord. Anyway,
They don't give you time to pick your nose or nothing,
I know.
man.
I was like, let me get this set up and all that. Hope everybody's doing well.
We are.
Oh yeah, doing well. How about you?
Phenomenal. About to do a recording in about, what is it? About 45 more minutes with another person, and but I got invited. I got to hop in and support my crew.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Sounds
And maybe you
good.
can get some insight of how your dad viewed the Patterson-Gimlin film and or what your thoughts are on it. So we're excited to have you here, most definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's been a lot of talk about the Patterson-Gimlin film going on, like it's fake. There's new stuff coming out. My thing is if it's fake, it's one of the best fakes in the absolute world. There has been so many people that have run through filters that I think MK Davis is a great that I am that I just can't grasp or can't come to mind. But it
Yeah.
is a film that shows a Bigfoot, and the crazy thing is it's a film that shows a female Bigfoot. It absolutely shows breast. It shows breast in the proper placement where breast would be, and I hate to get graphic about it.
No, that's fine.
know,
That's fine.
when a woman does not wear a bra, they're not up here, they're down here, and they're exactly where they need to be. So if Patterson and Gimlin got together to make this suit, and they made it anatomically correct to a female, then they are the best hoaxers the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
Right?
If not, then what we saw there is the best footage that you're ever going to see of a Sasquatch. And that's, my humble opinion. Was Dad's. Dad talked to this lady called Bobby Short. Now, Bobby Short told a lot of people a lot of things. Whether you can take her account as truth or not, that's, again, you're taking accounts. But Bobby Short believes that that the reason they were able to get that is unfortunately they got a juvenile Bigfoot and kind of caught it up and drew the rest of the female Bigfoot out, etc., etc. I don't know, but it does give an explanation of how you got such clear footage. So,
Yeah,
but
that's one of the theories on that, and we covered quite a bit yesterday. Too bad you couldn't make it yesterday, but glad you're here tonight. So what I have set up is I have the entire Patterson-Gimlin documentary, the first one. So I can go ahead and play that now so everybody can see it. Some of it's a little boring for some people because it's just them trekking to the spot, but it's in the original format, so it's a little blurry. But if y'all don't mind, we can get to that right now, and then we can talk more.
Just wanted to add, though, it's funny that, everything that you were saying, Travis, when we logged off last night, that is the exact same conversation that we had, that I said, most people didn't even talk about the fact that she was female, that she had female anatomy until later. So if that was going to be something of a hoax, you would think that would have been brought up from the very get-go, but it wasn't. It wasn't even looked at and discovered until later on down the line. And again, just like you said, with the anatomy, and you could tell she had several infants.
Correct.
It's legit. It's legit.
It's legit. And like, you don't ever want to be graphic. Again, we try to keep it kids show, but it's absolutely the truth. So so for people that say that it's fake, I'm going to throw Joe Rogan under the bus here. For people that say it's fake and it's just a guy in a suit, show me a suit that looks that good, man, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, and then show me the technology of that suit back in the 60s,
Right.
and then I'll be like, okay, I believe you. They say, where's the body? I say, where's the suit?
Right. I'm with you there.
Oh, by the way, Travis, I'm sorry, babe.
No,
by the way, Travis, everybody is saying hello to you. It's like you're kind of a ghost figure, so to speak. It's good to see you. Hey,
Ghost, and then he disappears.
come on, come back. We missed you. Travis. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, he might have got.
Did he hit the back button like in StreamYard when you hit the back button on accident and you disappear?
Uh-oh. Well, there he is.
Oh, he has come back.
Up, sorry. Got a phone call. It's terrible to do this on the thing. What were you saying? Everyone was saying what?
That they are good to see you, or that they're happy that you're here, and it's like almost you haven't been around. I mean, you've been around because you've posted on your own page, but that you're kind of a ghost.
I've been a little AWOL since we're trying to build the little place. So it has been a little bit rough to try to film. I spent 10 months in a extremely small apartment with family and with 2 kids, a wife, and a dog in an 800 square foot apartment. It was rough. So
Chaotic would be the answer, right?
So
But you're
So-
in the house now, right? You
Yes,
are
yes,
like
we're in the house. It is absolutely incredible. Insanely blessed. I was actually talking to my wife this evening, and man, we were just thinking, we're like, man, if Dad could see what he did, like how he helps me build this place. For those that don't know, don't want to ever tell you my financial situation, but basically, Dad was not very wealthy person. He and please do this, and I'm saying this as a public service announcement. If you have people that rely on you, get life insurance, get that whole, not whole life, but term. Dad had term life insurance. It paid for his funeral. I got to pay off my house, and I was able to sell my house and buy this beautiful piece of property from that. And my dad was not a rich man by any stretch of the imagination. If you can get term life insurance, it took care of everything, and that's my spiel on that. Anyway,
I agree with you there too. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to know that he was still there for you even after.
every little thing that as stupid as it sounds, like when I look at it, I was like, man, Dad built that, and I tell my kids, like, Papa did this for you, like this
Aw.
is his legacy, just stuff like that.
Exactly. His
Yep.
legacy.
He's
Yep.
looking down. He knows.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get that video up here real quick, and then we have some stills and some clips to show that we can all stop and comment on. So, all right, here we go. And it's silent all the way through, of course. So if y'all want to make any comments on anything at all, just feel free to do so.
I love the fact that, before this is all before AI. This is all before digital rendering. This is what, 35 millimeter film, is that right?
This 16 millimeter actually.
16 millimeter.
Yep.
So, I mean, just that's the wild thing about it. It's to me pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is. So this one was shot in 16 millimeter, and then the footage that they found in a locker supposedly was also shot with the 16 millimeter, but with a different camera.
I'm gonna say hi to CJ. Hey, CJ.
Hey, CJ. But even on this film, the scenery is just beautiful.
Absolutely.
I want to go there. It's mountains.
What's up, CJ? I can see the chat now.
Woohoo!
So there's Roger Patterson going in to where Patty was hiding. She supposedly was crouching behind a log, but it's a little bit further in from where he's at now.
Boy, you'd have to take a mule to get back in there. Whew.
Oh
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, Bob Gimlin said that he was on a horse that was 16 hands. So,
Good to see
they
you
had
too,
some
Belinda.
good horses.
I don't know what 16 hands means. What is that?
The height of the horse.
Yeah, that's how they measure horses,
Okay.
by the hands. You just go with hand over hand. So there's Patty.
She's
So-
beautiful.
Right off the bat, I can kind of tell you, it's like, okay, you see something immediately. It's like, get the camera up, and
Yep.
because I've been fishing with my kids, and like they catch a fish, and I've got my whipping my phone out, and I'm doing exactly that, just trying. So
Yeah.
like just right off the bat, that matches what I would think would happen.
Yep.
And now imagine, I mean, these weren't tiny cameras either. They were huge and bulky.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, they weighed a few thousand.
And people think that, you know, it's, you know, Patty just kind of, you know, stand and wave, but like you look at it in that full-fledged, not zoomed in, you can tell it's like it's very quick. It's she's walking away, gone type of thing.
And it really does give you the impression that she was trying to get their attention and drag them away in the other direction. So it would make a lot of sense that, yeah, as a female, she was definitely trying to protect her children.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And also the possibility that if they did have a juvenile tied up, then she was definitely trying to make a hasty escape, but without appearing panicked. She shows a little bit of panic. You can tell by her facial features. It's like she looks back and she's like wondering, why are these people following me, you know?
Yeah.
It's just definitely it's one of two things. It's either that what Bobby Short had said, or it's one of those random encounter type of things. But either way, I do think that she wanted them to see her, because you're not going to walk out in the open like that. But man, I mean, you can look, she's booking it. She's walking pretty quick too.
Oh yeah.
It's not just a light stroll.
Right.
It's interesting, and what Dad always talked about is you don't ever know what these beings are feeling, thinking. They have their own thoughts and feelings and bad days just like we do. So trying to get ourselves in the head of one of these creatures is a fool's errand as well.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all continue talking. I'm gonna look for the other video I made.
Amongst yourselves.
No, I have to bring it up. I have to bring it up from the.
I'm just giving them a hard time. But yeah. Did you see Belinda's comment, Jess?
Yeah, I did. I was smiling. It's like, oh, I don't know if she looked it up or if she actually knew that, but that makes sense. That's cool.
Was it 4 inches to a hand measured from ground to hands wither, bottom of the neck, between the back? Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. I'm not a horse person.
Although, yeah, those women over there in New Zealand, they know their horses.
Sometimes a horse is also measured at the hip too. So sometimes they're a little bit butt heavy, and then sometimes they're a little bit head heavy or top.
Does that depend on the female or male horse?
Huh?
Does that depend on female or male horse if they're booty heavy?
No, I don't think it really matters. No. It's just some horses have juicier tushies. I don't know.
Kind of like Patty.
This is a kid's show.
Huh?
I said, this is a children's show.
Hey, everybody's got a little booty, you know, just like everybody poops. Come on.
Now, here's a fact about that film though. When she's walking away, once you get a close up on her, when you zoom in, she has dimples on her backside. So
yeah, you can where a normal human would have those dimples right above your rear end. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, you can't fake that either. Like, who
I'll
thinks
show
it's
that in the next.
Yeah, the anatomy's there.
Yeah.
And it also matches what people had always talked about too. So they think Bigfoot has fur, and that's not correct. It's just hairy. It's very hairy with gray, most of the time gray colored skin. But there are hairy white ones. They're like, Caucasian looking ones. And there's even ones that are white, completely white, have white hair, all that stuff. So it's very, very interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Belinda says,
you can tell it's
under. Sorry.
No, you go ahead, bud.
I'm sure under 14 hands is a pony, and yeah, she's correct on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, you're fine.
I like your coffee cup.
Oh, thank you. Got it down at the Bigfoot expedition place in Georgia. They're awesome. So
Cool.
free pub. If you're ever in North Georgia around the Blue Ridge Mountains, go see those guys down there. They're awesome.
Cool.
It's like $9. It's incredible.
Gotta put
I
that
got-
on my
I
list.
got mine.
Yes, I like that. I like it.
It's his early Father's Day present.
Oh, I love it.
All right. So
Hannah, we've been looking at her butt way too much.
well, you're
Hey, well.
I hate to say it, but you're gonna see it a couple more times. But
Oh my goodness.
but yeah,
Well, she was walking away. Come on.
yeah, she was walking away. So after they filmed that documentary, they then well, Roger Patterson, I want to get to what he said, because he passed away not too long after that, from cancer, sadly. But so when he was asked about it, let's see, I got to get to my notes here real quick.
You guys should see his notes. It's funny.
Okay, so
Got to.
Um,
Love notes.
this is where controversy kind of starts. Now, Roger Patterson had claimed that Patty was two different heights over the time that he was interviewed about it. So the first time he said that Patty was 7 to 7.5 feet in height, and then he was interviewed again, and he had corrected it to 6 to 6.5 feet. Now, in Bob Gimlin's later interviews, he mentions in the interview how tall he thought Patty was, and he said from being on a 16-hand horse, she looked to be between 6 and 6.5 feet. But he said once he got off the horse and saw her, then he said she looked much bigger. So I can understand, when you're looking down on a, let's say you're sitting on your fence and you're looking down at your dog. Okay, your dog's standing down on the ground, and you look at your dog. You can see the front proportions look correct, but as their body extends out, it shortens, it shrinks. So when Bob Gimlin was on the horse, was when Patty was walking towards them, and then when he got off the horse, she was walking away. So I can understand. There's both sides of the story. Is I can understand them not being able to get an exact height because of how fast she moved, and then the backdrop. She wasn't exactly right up against anything. She was a little distance away from the trees. She was a little distance away from the trees in the backdrop. So there wasn't anything right there to exactly measure her.
Proportions.
Yeah, just the log, that long fallen tree
I'm sorry.
in front of her.
Sorry, guys. Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry, babe.
While they're doing that, people will get wrapped around the axle about so many weird things, like, oh, it's inconsistencies. It's like, no, they people in a sighting, they think things like, well, maybe it wasn't as tall as I thought, and they just go through the matter of the fact is still 6.5 to 7.5 feet. You know,
Oh,
it's
big.
just it's
Yeah.
exactly. It's not. It didn't go from 3 feet to 10 feet. You know,
Right.
I don't get super wrapped around an axle about when people are like, oh, he said 7 foot, now it's 6.5. It's like, come on, guys, so hard to tell.
You know,
Yeah.
another thing,
Yeah.
another thing too is, okay, so just for example, like recently with Danny's accident, your adrenaline, even with an accident or seeing something odd happen, like, you know, you've got something that isn't supposed to be real in front of you, your adrenaline is going, your mind is going, everything is just, you're hyper focused, hypersensitive, all of that stuff. And then that's why they say even after like an accident or a large event, you're supposed to make sure that when you're ready to document it and talk about it, you get it documented fully the first time, because as things go on and you start to retell it, things start to change, and it's not because it wasn't real, but it's because now you're overthinking it. So for example, you said he thought it was shorter being on the horse. Well, now they're talking about it after the events, and I could see them going, well, maybe it was a little bit shorter than that, and then changing their stories around, because now they're rethinking, they're questioning what they actually saw, which we've done.
Which is common.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we have Roger Patterson. Well, it goes to Bob Gimlin then. When he's given a lot of interviews over the years, and he never really changed his story. So there's a little bit of consistency, except for a few times where he changed details here and there, but they weren't details that completely ruin the whole narrative,
Right.
And then getting up in years, it was a little bit harder for him to remember some things, because like we had said yesterday, he now has dementia. He's in his 90s now, and even a person that's getting up towards 100, their memory is a little iffy at times. So
If he had faked it, don't you think that someone having dementia would forget that they were lying or supposed to lie about it? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
They would definitely forget. I mean, the biggest thing about telling a lie is, hey man, you forget your story, And
Right.
if you have dementia and you start, sooner or later it's going to slip out that, oh yeah, we planned this whole thing, because
Right.
because it would have been a production to do that.
Right.
And I haven't seen that come out from him. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Because knowing from experience with my mother having dementia, there were times where she would remember things to a T that that we grew up watching and all that, and then there were times where she would mix some stories, but she still had those memories, but she was mixing them together. Now, I never saw that in a Bob Gimlin interview where he starts mixing things together. He knew the story. He had repeated the story so many times, kind of like me telling mine. Everybody gets sick of hearing it after a while, but
Just Christy.
No. No, man.
but when a person with dementia, when they reach a certain stage of it, they actually do have clear days where they have perfect memory, right? They'll have perfect memory of everything that they can think of that happened. It'll just pop in their head, and then you turn around and it's completely construed. Now, that's why I was saying yesterday, Jess, about why it's not good for him to do an interview now.
Yep, I agree.
Because you know, he would be on camera talking about what he could remember, and then something might come out a little bit wrong.
Correct.
Yeah, and
And
and then
people would
people are
would
gonna run.
lambast him over it, and it's like,
Yeah,
no, it's he's like you said, he's got dementia.
Yeah, yeah, agree.
yeah. So um, that that's sad and everything, but he's done his part all these years on explaining what they went through, and you know, us as researchers, and then people coming into it and learning it. You know, enjoy the fact that he was able to tell his story to so many people, because sometime soon he's not going to be able to tell it. You know, so
You know, and just a little bit on a side note, it's almost like that's the kind of thing that happens as it gets to a certain point with people. I know, like, for example, and I don't know how everybody feels about Elaine Warren and her husband, but it's like after she passed away, that was her first name, right? The Warrens, just put it that way, the Warrens. After she passed away, it was like all of a sudden everybody came out and said how much of a fakery they were and how horrible they were. And, you know, whether you believe it or not, I mean, there were some strange stories and things that came out of their investigations. But it seems like in this field, even the top researchers, I mean, and it's sad to say too, Travis, even with your dad. I mean, after he passed away, how many people came out and were like, yeah, he was, you know, this and that. And it's like, come on.
Yeah,
Your dad was
people are gonna
genuine
say,
and wholesome and awesome when it came to his stuff. I
well,
mean,
people
The
will.
legend.
Well,
yes.
thank you.
Yes.
People will say what they want to say,
Mhm.
and there's no if they have it in their head, you're not going to change their
Yeah.
mind. Just really, they're just not going to. They're going to believe what they want to believe. And you know, Dad even proved that if you had a Bigfoot had a body, and were showing them the body, and they had to step over it, they still wouldn't believe it. So I don't stress too much about the non-believers or the people that say that, and the reason being is I have people, you know, like you, or there's people in other industries. You know how I love bushcrafting and outdoors. There's people, very well known people in the bushcraft and outdoor community that have had experiences. They just don't come out and talk about it.
Yep.
But if you get them talking on a Saturday night on a phone call, man, it sounds like every other researcher's
yeah.
experiences. Like, hey, this happened, I was doing this, and then
Hmm.
my brother had this happen. He will not go here, and it's and 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 what do you say to that? Is that just all fakery? Is everybody just faking for attention there? I don't think so. But
Yeah.
guys, I love y'all. I apologize that I've got to jump off. Thank you for letting me hang out for a little bit. I really appreciate it.
It was good seeing you, Travis.
Yeah. Good seeing you, man.
Don't be a
Sure
stranger.
thing,
Absolutely.
bud.
Absolutely,
Take care.
guys. Y'all be good.
God
You
bless.
too. God
Bless you.
bless.
Oh yeah, Kevin. Ed and Lorraine Warren. See,
Mhm.
I said Elaine. I knew it was something. It rhymed with Elaine. Yeah,
Well, that
Lorraine.
was awesome with T Carp showing up.
You want to
Yeah.
remove two carps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta remove that one. All right. So Diane says, why did these people wait until neither of them could defend themselves? Well, that's part of the rabbit hole that I didn't want to go into, but
You can't avoid those rabbit holes.
no,
Those rabbit holes.
yeah, that wascally wabbit. but but yeah, to just skim the top of that. It starts. The word starts with the letter G. Greed. When they run out of sources, when you run out of sources, human beings tend to rehash and kick over old logs, so to speak, and find a way to use what they bled dry and rejuvenate it. But in this case, it's kind of the opposite, where they instead of saying, well, yeah, that was a Bigfoot, now it's well, no, it wasn't, it was a person in a suit. Well, we're just going to go with that narrative because there's a whole lot of people out there that believe it, so they can make money off of that. That's my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. But
Hi, Face the Ace.
Face the Ace, good to see you. So, Jess, we have the few clips that I was able to gather up. Now, this doesn't have to do with anything in the new documentary, so to speak, because the person that supposedly wore the suit in the new documentary is a different person from the one that claimed to be the one in the suit. So, with that being said, I'm going to play that real quick, and we can stop along the way because I have different pictures that we can have talking points on. So that's Roger Patterson, Bob Gimlin. Now, you see Patty right here. Okay.
She's so cute.
This is at just before she makes that turn. She does the classic look back, and that's the freeze frame that became famous, of course, and people scrutinize it, saying that, look, you can tell it's a suit, or the other side says, look, you can see muscle definition. And then of course, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin coming out and saying that was actually at the point where they realized it was a female when they saw this clip. So,
Which goes back again. Why wouldn't it have been something that was noted at the very beginning and not after it had been scrutinized and looked at and gone,
Yeah.
oh, okay, female anatomy.
I mean, out in the wilderness, I can understand if there were a lot of trees around her, in front of her, and to the side, and all that. Then that might hide some of her anatomically correct parts, but she's there, she's out in the open, and pardon the expression, but everything's swinging away.
Sorry.
So,
Well, hey,
well,
I'm sorry. Okay, babe, I'm sorry.
it's like I was telling Christy earlier, like,
My goodness.
thank goodness Patty wasn't a male.
yeah, because how many people have even said, oh, well, it was definitely a male.
Mhm. Yeah. So the explain to us, Jesse, what you see right here.
Well, as far as, I mean, you can see, I see the eyes, the hair over the eyes, the nose, the muscle definition of the arms, even the way she's swinging her arm back. I mean, I can see the muscle definition in the legs, and you
Yep.
can even tell that it's with this. You could tell that it's hair. It's not fur.
Right.
You could blatantly tell that it's hair. It doesn't look like she has any hair on her hands. You could see the color of the skin.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but
When you mentioned the swing of the arms, right? Um, in this documentary that we just showed, you can see that her swing brings that right arm back, and you can see a separation between her arm and her backside.
mhm.
There's space there, so you can see what's behind her. There's enough space there to show something behind her. Now, in the new documentary, according to some of the pictures that I saw, like last night when we had
Right.
our guest Ryan come on and he showed that picture. That's from the trailer of the new documentary. They show that picture briefly, and in that picture, there's no space between the arm and the buttocks. There's no space between the arm and the buttocks. The arm is shorter. Patty's arm in this one is at about the right length for all the descriptions of Bigfoot, how they have the extended arms, the much longer arms than a human, in the forearm especially. So she's extending that arm out, and I can tell you from experience when a Bigfoot turns, when they turn to look at you, because they can't just turn their neck all the way, they have
Right.
to turn their upper torso, and when they do, they extend that arm out backwards. They extend it out backwards in the direction that they're going to turn, simply because it allows their upper their neck and their shoulder area to turn at a sharper angle to where they can look around faster.
I have to say this: if she had just given birth, or within the last or a few months, or maybe even a year, she looks dang good. Because I guarantee you, if I were to just have a kid, I wouldn't look like that. I know I still don't look like that, and my kids are 23 and 21. I'm saying, she looks
I'm sure she appreciates that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, not to be too graphic, but her chest. Okay. We're talking about how they're sagging a little bit, and if we zoomed in quite a bit more, you'd be able to see more definition, and in a more zoomed in picture, you can actually see how do I say it without being too graphic? But
Just say it. We're all mature adults here.
yeah, the areolas are a little,
You can see those?
yes, and they're a little elongated.
So like
which
she was
shows-
actually nursing.
Yeah, so that shows that she had a child. She had a young one.
See, you can't fake that. You
No.
really can't.
No, and the fact that that part of the body actually jiggles. It's not solid when she moves.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Diane's comment.
What she said?
Yeah, like Diane says, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Goodness. I'm sorry.
But
Hey, you know what? Female anatomy has been shown like blatantly open on TV shows and movies for the last 40 something years. So it's
Yeah.
okay. And she's covered in hair.
yeah, she's
Exactly.
covered in hair.
As Meredith says to her mom when she turns into a bear, you're not naked, you're covered in fur.
And another point to make about her upper torso, where her arm is extending, at the chest, where the arm meets the chest,
Mhm.
in a suit, there would be a fold under that as the person wearing the suit would move their arm, you could see that fold unfold if they're extending that arm. And here we'll show with this in motion in a little bit
Now,
that you don't see a fold unfold.
I will say, as a person who actually makes clothing, because we've talked about, I've made clothing and stuff for like my daughter and stuff when we go to the Renaissance Fair, and I make it to fit. Like, it is specific, not like what people get in the store. So if you are even working on a suit or putting a suit together to create something like this, you're going to have, there's going to be, yeah, just like you said, a fold or a give, or it's going to have slack. It's going to pull in areas that it shouldn't. So unless they were to make that suit specific, it would have to be so specific to that person, almost to the point where they're actually pasting this stuff onto them so that it gives that exact replica of it being a legit.
Right. So in 1967, somebody making an ape suit, making it so tight onto this person, if there's no padding in the suit, and the padding hasn't been shaved to replicate muscular structure, even if there was padding under the suit to make that muscular structure at the underarm, where you have that extension, when you put your arm out, there's that muscle and the skin and the tendon right in there under the arm. When you raise your arm, you have a defined area that shows the muscle moving.
Mm-hmm.
And when she extends her arm, you can see that muscle move in that area. So to me, that's strike one on being a suit.
What if she had bat arms like I do? Like big, fat, ugly arms.
Like the jiggle arms?
Yeah.
You could still see the...
I know. I'm just...
Yeah, on someone heavier set, of course, it bulges out a little bit more, but you can still see that area connects to the arm and to the chest.
We're not called heavy, we're called fluffy, Harold. Come on.
When we have more curves, yeah, okay.
We're fluffy.
We're fluffy.
All right,
Fluffy.
let's
fluffy.
get this to move a little bit more. Okay.
Hi, John P.
Right here. Hey, John P. Good to see you. Now this is that same frame, but cleaned up a little bit. You can see the hair, of course, all over her body. How it has different lighting contrasts. It's picking up the sunlight, and it's reflecting different ways because of the flow of the hair.
Look who's popped in.
I don't know. Somebody popped in. Let's
That's
see.
weird. I lost connection for a second. Am I still here?
Oh, that might have been it.
Okay.
That might have been it.
Are you okay, Plus?
Yeah, I think Fatso knocked a wire or something.
Oh.
Oh wait, my fluffy cat. Sorry, he's not that. I don't want to give him a complex.
Kevin goes, I'm fluffy too. Welcome to the I can't say it. Welcome to the fluffy club. Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so on her arm, on her right arm that's extended, you see at the elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that eerily look like a joint?
Yep.
Okay, so that would mean that her hair in that area is a little bit thinner than the rest of her arm.
Which would make sense.
Right. So, she's got the grayish skin, so you can see that clearly. And it's pretty much the same. Oh,
What the heck?
that skipped ahead. Okay.
We'll just play it, babe.
Well, I've got different talking points on it. So now,
Don't distract him, Christy.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
but on her left arm, now, you can make out like when somebody's holding their arm out and they're moving it, you get the little bit of a blur, right?
Yep.
Okay. But in this case, you can make out the definition of the left hand where she's got her fingers folded under and her thumb clenched over the finger. So she's almost making a fist.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can see where the hair ends on that arm to the wrist. Okay. But you can also tell on top of that hand there's hair that extends over to the top of her hand, which shows on the right hand that the arm is that it's I can't even talk. The right arm that it's extended. So you see the flow of the hair on the arms. Then you see her shoulder, her upper chest and her shoulder. Now, if this was a helmet, so to speak.
What? Oh, what's
Oh, it's
Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Blake.
Hey, Blake, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, going pretty good. I'm just getting set up here.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't give you a time.
Did they let you in too early? I'm sorry.
No, I was rushing around to get home and all that. And...
Oh, that's all right, man. We haven't gotten too far into it, so we're just going over the stills and then the close-up view of Patty in the original film.
Warren. Sorry. Everybody's little joke comments tonight. I'm wondering about Sebastian said Dogman and European werewolves he can distinguish between, but males, Bigfoot, male, female Bigfoot, it's more difficult. I would think it would be easier. I think it would be more difficult to distinguish between a wolf or a Dogman creature.
Well,
Well, depends on if they're are there.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen a werewolf.
PG, keeping it PG.
I didn't say it. For real, I didn't say the things.
Almost did.
I said,
But yeah, you could definitely tell the difference between a male and a female if that comes into play. But because I can tell you from personal experience, seeing both a male and female up close, there is a definite difference between the two.
Oh yeah, I would say.
Well,
Reminds me of the line from Kindergarten Cop, but I'm not going to repeat that.
when it comes to how their hair is situated, you can even tell then that they're different sexes because the way that the hair below the waist is situated. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Okay, we'll have to discuss that more off
Yeah.
air. that'll be the behind the scenes.
You can tell the difference between female and male dogs or any animal really, because females are generally smaller or wider hips and stuff, but even their facial features and stuff are kind of smaller because compared to males who have more broader
True.
shoulders and necks and facial features and stuff.
Yeah, very true. Okay, now this next clip here is the one where she's starting to walk away instead of straight across the camera. Now she's starting to get to that point to where she's turning, and she makes that big turn towards the camera, you know, for one more look. And right there you can see on her left or her right arm, you see the hair sticking off the bicep, and then you see the somewhat bare elbow, and then you see the hair on the forearm. Yeah, again, from personal experience, seeing these things up close like that, it's just like a human being that's got a lot of hair on their upper torso, the arms, the back, you know, the chest, the stomach has hair, but it's not as prominent in some places as it is others. Like
Right.
most human beings, especially men, will have more hair on them as you look down the arm. Not a lot of human men have a lot of hair on the bicep area. Now this is different because this is a what some people classify as a hybrid.
Patty, why?
Well, you know, a lot of people think that Bigfoot has human DNA and
Well-
all that. So, you know, it's a humanoid. We all know that. It's a bipedal humanoid. Walks on 2 feet, has 5 fingers or 4 fingers and 2 thumbs, and
I guess I never really thought of the Bigfoot as a hybrid because in my mind it was always like that's what
right.
Bigfoot was
There's
part
I'll
human,
say there's a large amount of people in the community that consider Bigfoot having some type of connection to humans.
well, I mean the DNA project.
Right. So, this still right here, this freeze frame right here, you can see definition.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a suit, and I'm going to make a reference towards the new documentary with the trailer where it shows this person wearing a suit and posing in the same style as Patty right here. I hate to burst some people's bubble, but when I took a closer look at that picture that was shown last night, the picture from the trailer, I could make out a suit. Okay, I could make out a suit easy just by looking at it right away. You could see, because it did not have the lighting that Patty has, and it's supposed to have been taken around the same time of day because they were testing the lighting and all that. Okay, if it was the same suit, it would have had the same reflection.
But that's real fur.
Right.
I mean hair
This
or whatever.
This has contours, and the new documentary, the one clip that they show for the trailer, there's no definition like this. It's basically straight leg, like your classic gorilla Halloween costume.
You know what would have been really cool in this Patterson-Gimlin film? If Patty would have just totally cloaked and disappeared. That would have been so cool. Then what would they have said?
Yeah, that would have been...
I really want to know. I kind of wonder what they actually would have said if Patty would have just cloaked and disappeared.
So now...
That'd be cool. I think it'd be cool.
So now, the head of Patty, you see the classic cone shape. there with the man that claimed he wore the suit from the first documentary. Well, after the documentary was made, he came out and said he wore a suit. Bob Hieronymus said he had a football helmet that fit over his head, and they basically fitted a mask over his head, over the helmet and over the head. If that was the case, the forehead of Patty would not have been so flat as it is. It would have had more of a round shape. And let me get this going here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see her walking. Now you see. So now there's no mistaking that she's a female, because you saw the front view, and now you see the side.
Yep.
And you see how long her arms are. Okay.
That's another thing too. That, like, how do you fake that? You could see how much longer the arms are compared to even a human arm. I mean,
Right.
with the joints and everything, there's no way to mimic that if that is a suit.
No, and if it was a suit, would you see definition of a tricep in the suit? If it was
Foot crack.
if it was 1967 and you don't have any way to replicate muscle in a suit.
Yep, and there's Dana's butt crack.
Yep, it's there. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. She's got a nice juicy peach. Just saying. Sorry.
Blake, give us your 2 cents on
Poor
this.
Blake.
Well,
Sorry, Blake.
yeah, I'm honestly on the fence on it, because I know the person who seen the documentary when it was in Southwest. Eric from Hairdman Road is his YouTube channel, and I trust him and stuff. He's no nonsense guy. There's no reason for him to lie about it and things like that. And if he's, if he's completely wrong and we all laugh at him, his reputation goes down in the gutter and stuff. And he's staking his whole channel and his whole work on what he's described, what he had observed at the theater. And that, that photo you guys were showing yesterday and stuff, that was from the so basically, the footage was found in a safe by the daughter of a person who worked at Boeing, who did the photography development on the film, which a lot of researchers couldn't figure out where they did the film, because particularly of the camera and how it was developed. There's only so many places that could do it, but no one checked Boeing and stuff. So the guy had it stored, and his daughter found it and stuff, and gave it to Mark Evans, the director and stuff, and they started making the documentary. But it is pretty interesting, because if it is a guy in a suit, if it's Al Diatley is what a lot of people are thinking. He was a big 6 foot something guy, 6'6" or something like that. A lot of things, a lot of domino effects come into play. Like, as soon as this happened and stuff, when they shot the Patterson film, they went on a road tour and went to high schools and stuff and started charging people. And I think they racked up like a couple $1 million basically in today's money in a very short amount of time, actually.
Yeah.
And Al Diatley had already built his huge, massive mansion, like the biggest mansion in Yakima, and pretty much
Make us bigger.
Yeah, it is crazy. So And there was a lot of rumors and people who would testify that he was a shady guy. They were afraid of him. He was kind of a gangster contractor. Maybe makes people disappear and stuff. And so there's a lot of different crazy things going into it and stuff. But
yeah,
yeah. What I think is we have to see the documentary. But if it does show the same suit, similar suit, a lot of Eric said that it's the same suit. It's just it's different setting. It's Patty. It's just different. Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate that they made some modifications. Like this was the precursor to the Patty film. Is what we're going to see based on it's 66 stock footage. Whether it's shot in 67 and
right.
He says, as soon as you see it, it's Patty, and if we're able to recognize it and it's in a totally different location and then shot by, you supposedly see Bob Gimlin in the footage, it exposes this footage that we are watching now as a fake, because if it's the same suit, same face, and there's Bob Gimlin right there, Rob's, filming it, then they made up this one and they lied about it. And I know how we're all looking at the butt crack and you can see all this different stuff, and again, if it's the same suit, it doesn't even have to be as great as this with all the muscles and stuff, but if it's the same face, you recognize it and stuff, it's really hard to say how can that not be a suit. And my argument is because I see the muscles and stuff, I see everything everyone's seeing. Maybe that's just contrast and this over 60-year-old film, because it's on 16 millimeter, it's dark,
right?
It's and it has fooled like everyone, including scientists, for 60-something years. So it's not like if we're wrong, it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just we got to improve ourselves.
It's just one film that somebody may or may not have faked, and there's how many other clips of supposed Bigfoot out there that people have taken that. Some of them are, even worse in clarity than the Patterson-Gimlin film, and some of it's believable, but you also have a few clips that still pictures that people have taken that before AI that shows a big creature standing with a lot of definition. So what I can't wait for is I can't wait for the documentary to come out and see this man that supposedly wore the suit, to see his muscular structure to compare to this footage that we're watching now.
Yes. I believe Al Daly was like 6'5", 6'6", or something like that, and around 300 pounds to over 250, and
right. That would kind of explain why, for those that believe it's fake, that would explain why the size of Patty was mentioned 2 different sizes over time, that they couldn't come to an agreement on that, because the person that was in the suit was so tall, and they fit the suit so well, and they had to be they had to sound a little questionable on, okay, what's the exact size, because some say it's 6'3", some say 7 foot. For somebody that has seen a creature that's well over the size of Patty, and noticing the background of the creature that you're looking at, I see a lot of similarities, but I'm not going to say 100% that this is real, simply because there are questions, and those questions someday may be answered, and they might not be. But for those that, if the new documentary comes out and it shows that this one was a complete fake, it's still something good to go off of if you're a researcher.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because you have anatomy. You have anatomy, whether it's fake or whether it's real, you have something to compare it to.
See, now I kind of do like what Jim said, especially with doing film and stuff too. He said but consider it stupid to preserve a film that would prove you faked a film. Preserving a film takes effort. There is a lot of effort in preserving a film that's not, I mean, especially if it's a film that shows that you faked it.
Right.
And
right, they don't. Bob Gimlin and Robert Patterson never admitted to any rehearsal, anything like that. So there's a lot of what we call, or some people, well, Eric would call legacy Bigfoot media people, and these are like Matt Moneymaker when he freaked out and went after Eric and attacked him, and because Eric says that Patricia Patterson is on the film saying it's a fake, and her son's on there and stuff. So she's on there after all these years and talking with a lot of people who over the years it was adamant that it was real, but now she's on the film saying that it's fake. That made a lot of people upset and stuff, and so this is upsetting a lot of people who spent decades and decades friends with Bob, that if Bob is lying for 60 years, some of these people for 50 years since the 70s, lying to their faces every time they talked and stuff, that it upsets a lot of people. World shattering research down the drain. I mean, it's just a lot of issues and stuff. So a lot of people are taking issue with that, but there's so they're coming up with excuses about, well, the film, even though it was 1966 footage, film, stock footage, whatever, it doesn't mean it was shot before. It could be shot after, and so they're trying to say, well, even if it's gonna, cushioning the bro, even if it was them, it's a rehearsal, it's an after encounter shot to see if it's a recreation. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, yeah, they never mentioned that. They've never ever mentioned that. There's no footage of that. So this found footage is from the guy who did it in the lab. He made a copy of that rehearsal, and he kept it. He didn't steal it. A lot of people are like, well, how did he get it? No one else has. He made a copy of it. I'm guessing that Robert and them threw that one away because that one wasn't as good as this one. And so that's where that comes from. And so it's going to piss a lot of people off if it's fake. And on the documentary, supposedly Bob Gimlin says, yeah, he's ready to come forward and it's a fake. And, it's not this ambush style interview that some people are trying to say, oh, they ambushed him and stuff. Supposedly he's in the room when they sat down with him. They did a couple different interviews with him and Jeff Meldrum. Jeff Meldrum was at the house for like 6 hours, at the place for 6 hours. So when you have Matt Moneymaker saying, oh, this is, they're misquoting them, they weren't there that long, ambush style tactics. Like that's not, I mean, we're going to see it.
Right. That's something
people are saying that's not what happened. They had permission by the conference people to go there and film. So that's a lie. People have been saying there wasn't an ambush.
So until the documentary comes out, then things like what Matt Moneymaker is saying, that's just hearsay, and that's what
they're trying to justify. Like, oh, it's a rehearsal. Oh, they talked about. Well, everyone knew Bob already wrote about the
Right.
female and drew her, and this, was already making a documentary. So supposedly there's the lost footage of this documentary that maybe this rehearsal is a part of it.
Right.
They're trying to downplay that. Well, I'm sorry that you've been friends with a guy who's been lying to your face for 60 years, and your life's work is down the drain because it's a guy in the costume. It's like, okay, well, if it is, let's move on.
Right.
Obviously, we have to do better. We've spent
Right.
60 years focusing on if it's a guy in a suit, a guy in a suit, a dude in drag. It's not helping the research anymore, like.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. If it's proven a fake, then let's gut it, get rid of it, and let's focus on what
Man.
should be. Because everything that's based off Patty standing upright, looking for a Bigfoot that walks on two legs, that's completely wrong. My encounter, I've seen Bigfoot crawling on all fours. I had another witness, he's spider crawling and stuff. So these things are on the ground crawling.
Mm-hmm.
Patty don't do that. We never would have guessed that off the Patterson film. Witnesses have gave this stuff. So I think that if it is a fake, it's going to really upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it already has. There's some hard questions, hard truths, hard things to get over, but I think it's a revival of the research that only boots on the ground can do, because
Right.
what really do we have more than the Patterson film? There's not really many other ones not as famous.
Right.
So
It really,
Okay, now-
it really hits home though. Like, I mean, I really can feel that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on this next few clips, we were talking about Bob Hieronymus. Okay. The man that claimed several years after the Bigfoot Patty footage came out, came forward and claimed that he was the one in the suit, and that he had absolute proof. Now, he did this where you see the two images side by side. Okay. Now, we're not saying that Bob Hieronymus is the one in the new documentary, but this gives us kind of an aspect of someone attempting to replicate the movement of this person or cryptid, yet to be determined. So,
Wait,
This-
is this a video? Sorry, is this a video that you're gonna play? Like side by side video?
no, this is a still
Just
right
a still
here.
image? Okay.
Yeah, this is.
Because is that
this
what
is
that
the
white
one-
thing is with the arm and stuff? Is that supposed to be?
that's
Uh,
Bob Hieronymus.
Yeah, that's Bob Hieronymus. He.
Because it doesn't even remotely look close at all.
There's some issues. There's issues with this, and it's
Right.
just there's an I think it's Squatching Cowboy just came out with a computer
Good night,
rendering
Amanda.
Mhm.
Sorry.
of the trackway and stuff, and there's conflicting reports of based on what Robert and Patterson said the trackway was, what John Green's initial report of it was, and what his finding is of lining up all these different photos, putting in his computer generated simulation thing where everything is in place, and by his measurements and stuff, we're off. We're off of where like this picture would be taken for a comparison.
Right.
So
A
that's where
lot,
you're
yeah.
getting these different height. That's why he thinks Patty's not that tall at all. And so
Right.
you'd have to really watch what he's working on stuff. I think it's Squatching
Right.
Cowboy. So it's hard to measure and stuff, and the tracks and stuff.
Right.
Conflicting reports exactly where they first said they were found and where they were actually at, and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So now, to get into this, Bob Hieronymus claiming to be the one wearing the suit back in the early 2000s. Okay. He himself was not even near as tall as Patty in the footage. Like you said, he's much shorter. He also claims that he was owed $1,000 for 20 minutes of work, in one interview, and then in another interview he claims that he was owed $8,500 and that he was never paid. So there's no one that's ever come out and said that Bob Hieronymus was supposed to be paid this, and that that was his word. And now he says on this day, now it's October 20th, 1967. The average temperature for that month that year was 55 degrees. But he says it was a hot day outside, and it was even hotter in the suit. Well, I can understand it being hotter in the suit, but right there, if we're going to debunk anything at all, it's already been debunked by a lot more than just us. But just to give an example of how someone would go about debunking evidence, when you have conflicting statements from the same person more than once, and that's happened between Robert Patterson, Bob Gimlin, and Bob Hieronymus, who the picture I showed where all those people were on horseback, Bob Hieronymus is supposedly in that group at the site, and he's claiming that he was the one that wore the suit. Now,
So what was the temperature?
the actual temperature was right at the average. It was 55 degrees.
It was okay. I was gonna say, because if you go by the average, that could sometimes change. Because I mean, obviously, like even here in Wisconsin, it'll snow in May.
Right.
Like, but yeah, if it was actually if it was documented and got the documented average temperature, then yeah, he would be off.
But, I can also say, because I used to live in California, and in the wintertime in California, basically all year round, the California sun is a little bit different, even though it's, the same sun that we all live under. The climate makes it feel a little bit warmer than it actually is. So I could give him that. But when we go into this next part,
Because I have another stupid question.
Mhm.
I'm familiar with the film a lot, but yeah, where exactly was this filmed?
the Patterson-Gimlin documentary was filmed in...
You have it written down.
Yeah, I have it written down right here.
Bluff
It
Creek.
was-
Bluff Creek.
Where? Bluff Creek?
Yeah, I have
Is
the
that-
full...
That's California?
Yes.
Yeah, Northern California.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, location of Patty's sighting was Del Norte County, California, Six Rivers National Forest, 25 logging miles approximately from the northwest of New Orleans, California.
Oh, you got like the pinned coordinates, huh?
Yeah, there's a group of researchers that are going to go there in July. I think they're going to have their annual camp out there.
Oh, that's
The-
cool.
The specific area where they filmed, that forest area is called Bluff Creek.
Okay.
Then there's a even more specific. The actual creek that they were filming at was a tributary of the Klamath River, 38 miles south of the Oregon border and 18 miles east of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
And the creek was north running, and I can't even read my own handwriting here. It was called, this particular creek where they filmed was called the bowling alley. And it had a wide sandbar that ran the whole length of where you see the film. That sandbar ran clear across there, in the middle of the creek. So it was a raised sandbar. So there, if you're looking to fake footprints,
That's pretty tough.
well, wet sand.
Yeah.
If you have wet sand, you can press in wet sand pretty easily. But if it's compacted with clay, that's another story.
Yeah.
And and that area is definitely compacted with clay all throughout there because it's just like Oklahoma. The similarity in the soil is in the mountainous areas is pretty similar, and it's very rare to find a Bigfoot print or a Dogman print anywhere in the mountainous regions of Oklahoma.
Yeah, so they actually went there because there's Bigfoot sightings, and so another excuse or something to save face. Some of these legacy Bigfoot researchers are saying that the footprints are real. They went there because there were Bigfoot sightings there. They found the footprints and then they filmed the fake shot. So the footprints are real, even if the film is fake and the suit is fake. Which I just bought some Castor plastings of those a couple months ago, so that'd be cool if they were real. But
yeah,
they look. I mean, I got them in a box right there. I mean, they're huge. They look.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Do they have
like, if you put your foot down, then there's no way you would be able to make that with your foot.
Can you see all of the creases and stuff in there too? In the casting?
Yeah, you can see a little bit of that stuff.
Yeah.
But what I notice is the toes are pretty big. They look like human toes, but they're just giant size. It's just a giant foot, and it'd be very interesting to see how, if it was fake, how did they do that? Because that's really good, and if it's fake, it tricked the top scientists for 60 years.
Right, because you have Jeff Meldrum making the statement that several of Patty's footprints, he deemed them to be real. So,
and you can fake dermal ridges. Actually, dermal ridges develop naturally in the hardening process of the cast itself. It's basically creates waves. Sometimes it can happen naturally on its own. So you gotta be careful with that. There's a lot of stuff that if this is fake, dermal ridges. Basically, Jeff Meldrum's whole theory on the foot of Bigfoot is fake because he based it off Patty's footprint and other cast and tracks and stuff where he found the similar things.
Right.
So it's a very complicated situation because again, it's like, well, if they fake the tracks, how come these other tracks from somewhere else, other people, years later, how would they be similar to these fake tracks if because they wouldn't know how to fake each other's tracks similar. Why would they match up? So there's a lot of questions still that need to be answered, even if it is a guy in a suit, which I hope it's not. I mean, it would take a little bit of the magic away, but at the same time, like I said, it'd be a renaissance of research, I think.
Yeah, even if it's a fake, if it comes out that it is a fake, the way that they were able to mimic a Bigfoot in such a way would be amazing, because then you have guys like this, Bob Hieronymus, as you can see, that is a costume, and that's the one that he claimed that he wore, and as soon as he did that, everybody knew it was fake. That attempt of his was fake, because it doesn't look anything like.
Yeah, this is one of those recreations that they did. I know Bill Munns did one of these. Recreations and stuff. The only thing that I find interesting is if you look at the leg, and you could see the leg muscle. I see definition of the leg muscle, calf muscle right there. And all that is a crease, right? So if you take that and you have it on a dark contrasted 16 millimeter film, it looked like muscle. And so that's the only similarity that I would think, man, I mean, that kind of looks like muscle, even though we know it's a dude in a suit. And there's no way that that guy has a muscle like that.
Right.
So that's just pareidolia. You know, if it's fake, it's just what we're seeing is pareidolia caused by ripples that just happen to be in the correct places and stuff.
Right. Now,
And the face is kind of similar, but not.
yeah, the face is kind of similar, but you know,
No.
if you're talking about trying to pull off a fake and not being successful, this is why I'm showing his attempt, because in the future, when we do get to see the documentary, if we ever do get to see it, we know what Patty's definition looks like in the film, and we know what an outright fake looks like. So when we go to see the new documentary, we'll be able to determine a little bit better. Some of us that wouldn't be able to tell the difference if they saw this guy walking in the woods. Yeah, some might think, oh wow, that looks like a juvenile Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if anybody in the Patterson-Gimlin filming wasn't aware that they were faking something, I would be amazed if it is a fake. So all those people that were riding on horseback that were with Patterson and Gimlin, you know, I don't know if all of them have come out and said anything. I haven't found a whole lot of comments by any. I think there's probably 4 people. 3 of the 4 in the photo haven't come out and said anything. Then you have Hieronymus, and then you have Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, all on horseback, supposedly there on the day of the filming. So who all is involved in a cover-up, we may or may not know, because we don't know if all those people spoke in the new documentary. If it is fake,
I don't
hopefully
believe so.
right. If it is, hopefully they did speak, and you know, that will kind of show that there was a major cover up all these years.
Actually, we don't even need to see. We don't even need to look at the Patterson film on the new documentary to see if it's fake. Because if Bob Patterson is in there on horseback with I think he has a pistol or something. He's holding up a pistol instead of a rifle this time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to look at the suit, because you know they're already reenacting. They're faking it, but they never talked about it. You know, if it was a legitimate reenactment, they just wanted to see if they could make a suit. They never talked about it. And Bob, like you were talking about earlier, supposedly maybe has dementia, maybe, but they never talked about it. They haven't admitted it, nothing like that. So that right there, you don't even need to look at the suit. If he's on horseback and that's Bob, what are you doing? What is this? What are you guys doing? How come you never said anything? It's like, so you know, you got to take apart more than just the suit. If it's a suit, you got to take apart, why are they filming this? How come they never talked about it? Why is Bob there? Why does he look like almost the exact same pose, you know, another year later that he's doing, except for he has a rifle?
But we still don't know if this was before or after, right? For sure, we don't know.
It almost doesn't even matter, because if it's before, it's a draft, and if it's after, you know, they said, well, it's a reenactment, but they never talked about it. They never talked about it. They never showed it. Never admitted to it. Nothing. And Bob Gimlin was, you know, has been, you know, Doug Highchecks throws this out there, a legacy Bigfoot media guy. Well, I offered Bob $1 million to admit that he faked it. He said no. There's speculation. Eric speculates that maybe Bob made a promise to robber that he would take it to the grave so Patricia would have money the rest of her life because she didn't work. She was basically relatively poor at that time and basically scrapes by because of the movie commissions that she gets off people want to use it.
Yeah.
Makes kind of sense, you know. If Bob was a good friend to him, you know.
Right.
What's $1 million after you're already lived most of your life? You're already what, 80 years old at that point or something like that.
Yeah.
It's easier just to keep going.
This footage right here, these pictures, I'm sure most of us know the one on the right. BBC came out with a reenactment of the Patterson-Gimlin film, and that's the best they could do.
Supposedly they actually just already had that suit somewhere else and they just used it for this and then said that's the best that they had. So that supposedly this was some they just threw it on. They kind of lied. That's what people are saying. You know, I don't know. It looks like crap.
Yeah. Well, you know, this kind of shows like today there's all kinds of people that try to do a reenactment of the Patterson-Gimlin film, and even today, with people having access to more cash, if you're doing just a suit, no one's been able to replicate that suit if they're just doing a material.
The only thing that comes to mind about someone making a fake film and showing movement and stuff is called the Gable film. If you guys ever seen that, it's like the fake Dogman film. Some people think it's real, but they explain how they did everything. And plus there was a part 2, and they show you how they do the dead bodies and stuff like that. In the Gable film, the creature like goes on all fours and like goes, you know, it's a guy in a suit. It looks real. And the old photography style, you can't tell if it's a suit or not, you know. It's just too much contrast and detail. Which, again, if it looks like muscles, but is that creases in the suit that's distorted by the contrast that we, you know, pareidolia or looking for the pattern? Well, I see muscles. You know, I can see you see what you want to see.
Right. So
it's hard.
It's even harder today because I've watched making of certain films where they're using animatronics, and the animatronics have been so advanced nowadays, even without using computer generated graphics and AI and all that. The advancement of animatronics is amazing, and the things that I've seen Hollywood create nowadays is, if you didn't know any better, you would think you're not looking at a puppet. Right. And then they also have the puppeteering now where the people can actually wear the suit and have their certain parts on the suit be animated through robotics. And we all know that wasn't available back during the time of Patty. So I'm waiting for the day when somebody actually does a reenactment of Patty using all of the modern technologies, just to try to somehow get it as close to Patty as possible with today's technology. And I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but
yeah, I mean, it really is. It's either the greatest mystery or the greatest hoax ever, and either way, it's pretty fascinating. You know, it might be as simple as a pillow on the butt. It might be as complicated as, you know, this is a. You know, I mean, what we see, are we seeing muscles or are we seeing different layers of fabric strung together? You know, the quality, you know, it's not like it's digital. You can't zoom in. Everything's dark. Even when MK does the work, I think Ryan talked about this. You start playing with the saturation, the contrast and stuff, you know,
Right.
You know, it looks like a butt crack. You know, it looks like a butt crack with a, you know, maybe
Yeah.
even a dark little spot where the butthole kind of would be, or some kind of deformation. You know, maybe she got a
Yeah.
little extra
You
cushion
have,
back there, so
you
it does
have the
that.
dimples. You
Yeah, is
have
it a dimple? Right? Is it, or is that just simply a trick of the lighting and shadows and contrast play, and
right.
the fact that this is not an original copy. This is a copy of a copy of a copy
Hmm.
that's been digitalized and then
Yeah.
compressed and then
Every
recopied and
copy,
then enhanced and stuff like that. So it's like,
every copy ever made is different than the last one. There's never a similar
especially when you have
copy.
this new 4K stuff, you can't get 4K out of
Right.
these kind of pixels.
Right.
Not how they did it. Not how they did. You can do it if you scan the original film.
But
I believe
does
there's
anybody?
original.
I was gonna
The
say, is
original
there?
like micro dots and stuff that they have, I think
Hmm.
there's enough dots that you could do it, but
Right.
Is the original? I thought the original film was lost or destroyed or something happened to
it
it.
is gone. It is
Yeah.
not found. We
Right.
have, I think, the next gen copy, first gen copy,
Yeah.
and that's what everything else is copied and based off of and stuff like that.
Right.
I believe even Patricia Patterson, who's let MK scan and stuff, she didn't have the original. It's only a copy, first gen. So some people think Aldi Alley took it. Some people think someone, other people had it, took it. That's why the guy at Boeing made the copy of, I guess, the crappier version, and he kept it because when it eventually went famous, he told his daughter, his daughter was scared about, it's Bigfoot out in the woods. I don't want to walk to school. And he said, there's no Bigfoot out there. I know it. It's in the safe. Bigfoot's in the safe. And then later, it's a film of the Patterson. Bigfoot is not real. There's nothing to be worried about. It all comes together years later for this woman who found the film, inherited the film, I should say. So it's
I'm a little stuck right now.
Hi, Nancy. Good to see you.
Trying to get.
I would say it doesn't look good for Patterson based off of a couple of different things, and mainly the eyewitness of Eric, who I'd say is definitely trustworthy enough to he's sticking his reputation on. He doesn't want to be wrong. It's just it's a can of worms a lot of people don't want to face, and
right.
But that's what research is about. You got to face the tough. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You don't. Well, I'm just going to be wrong even harder. Blindly be wrong. I don't give a f. Like, come on now. Or you're just like, okay, I got to reevaluate. What am I doing? What are we doing? And I think that's the answer, because even if it was real, we're still basically still here. This is it. This is the best. If it's real, this is the best still. It's like, come on, we're doing something wrong.
Well, and kind of like
Really
what Ryan
wrong.
said last night, whether it's fake or not, does it change anything from anybody else's experience when we've gone out and what we've experienced out in the woods? We know that there is a Bigfoot out there. We know that Sasquatch is out there. So that's not going to change anything, whether this is real or not. But it's just, it really does just suck to think that.
I actually think it's kind of poetic if it is fake. I think it's highly poetic that what all the Bigfoot research is based off of, these lies, this hoax, this guy who's your best friend lying to your face for 60 years about a Bigfoot encounter that never fucking happened. Excuse my language. I'm getting riled up. Because modern researchers, there's a lot of people who will fake their encounters. Oh yeah, I had Bigfoot do this, this, and this, and this. Tell it to your face with a smile and say, I'm your friend, believe me. Right. And they're lying to you. And I think it's poetic, because if that's if that's what happened, that's exactly that set the standard, because that's what happened. That's what's going on. Majority of the time, you have people just making up bull crap because they want to, whatever the excuse is. There are very slim few actual people out in the woods who actually have a real genuine encounter or trying to get evidence the right way. You can go out in the woods for 5 minutes, get your face eaten up by mosquitoes and say, you know what, I've had enough. I've had a Bigfoot encounter. Let me just go tell my friends. And people will believe you, and they'll be your friend. And it's ridiculous. And I think it's poetic, because if that's what happened back then, it kind of just explains the crap that we could deal with, because that's the only thing that continues to go on. You don't have evidence. You don't have people coming out with new footage. I mean, I got some new audio, but it's like you can't share it enough. You can't. There's not. You show it to people, and it's like, Now, but if you have a story, if I come out, or if someone comes out with a story with no evidence, no nothing, they're believed. Oh yeah, there was something by your tent and you heard it. It made a particular sound. Oh my gosh, it probably did happen. But if I come out with audio evidence and say, oh well, that's a coyote, or you don't know what you heard. But the person who's just giving you a story, they're real believable. Yeah. That's where we're at. And I think it's poetically justified that, well, hey, if the same bullcrap we dealt with back then, I'm still dealing with it now.
It's only going to get harder for us researchers in the future with all this technology coming out. It's already with AI. Everybody's like, is that AI or is that real? A lot of us don't even use AI for anything, and then there's some of us like my channel. I use AI for my thumbnails. I use AI for my music. I use AI to tell my fictional story of a Bigfoot, a children's type story. I use AI for that. But when I go out in the woods, I don't use AI for anything. I will not use AI to ask AI, does this look real to you? Because I know it looks real because I took the picture.
It wouldn't even know. It would say some bullcrap story.
Yeah.
It's not real because no one recognizes it, or it's like, well, yeah, or it leads you to believe something is real and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't. It's either or.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And with all that we just went through, it's like you've been saying, if it comes out that it is a fake, it does not change the direction of Bigfoot research, because there's so many of us in it now, and all the opportunity for somebody to actually film one of these out in the woods is far greater than it was in 1967.
Oh yeah.
So whether it's real, whether it's fake, we're gonna come just that much closer when the documentary is finally released to the entire world.
Oh.
Oh.
I was gonna say, we're losing everybody today.
You guys?
Yeah. I had an issue trying to get us back on screen. My computer kept being like,
I just got Starlink, so it better not be me.
How does that work? Is that good? I've been thinking about getting that.
I'm gonna go check my speeds right now, but yeah.
So is that the one that stays put in your home, or can you take it with you?
You can take it. I got the residential one, but you can take it out in the woods with you. You just gotta have a way to generate the power unit, and you probably need to get if you have a house and stuff, or you're gonna need a longer cord, because the cord it comes with is pretty short.
Oh.
So you probably, if you're gonna have one to take out in the woods with you, you're gonna want two different cords. One that's already hooked up to your house, so you don't gotta mess with it. Then you can just unhook the dish, and then the router and the power unit, and then you'd have to have a generator out in the woods to use it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm getting 89, 90, 93 megabytes per second. So
yeah,
I used to get like 23.
I want to everybody in
which it worked. So like, I'm surprised it cut off.
I want to apologize to everybody in the chat. Christy had to leave because she's been getting some pretty bad cramps in her legs lately, so she couldn't sit any longer. But
Yeah, you gotta stretch out and stuff, sitting and stuff all the time. It does that.
yeah, because she sits all day long working, and by the time we get on the show, we have a wooden bench that we sit on, and that doesn't help. you know.
Yeah.
You need to upgrade that bench.
Yeah, we do. I need to get busy either making some cushions or buying some cushions, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, you guys, it's been great having you guys on here. Thanks for showing up and giving your insight on the Patterson-Gimlin film. And I hope that we can have more discussion on this in the future, especially when the new documentary is made public.
Yeah.
Supposedly October is what the rumor is supposedly.
Oh, that's
Which
so
would be
long.
the anniversary of it too. So October 19th, and so if it comes out kind of like on my birthday and stuff around there, that'd be sweet.
When's your birthday?
October 19th.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's the 5th.
I'm the 14th.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
For the 14th, nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd be a great birthday month.
Yeah.
Have that come
Yeah.
out and be able to talk about it and all that. So
Oh yeah.
I think that's what they're shooting for. It seems iconic. I don't see why they wouldn't, So, but it just depends on if the deal falls through and all that. So, I guess we have to wait.
And then people like us, we're still gonna look at October 20th as World Bigfoot Day. So
yeah. I don't think that'll ever change, no matter what.
no. I need to get out on one of these October 20th and actually do some boots on the ground. I've been itching to do that on October 20th every year, and something always comes up.
Never fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's that time, you guys, and like I said, I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate everybody in the chat for sticking around, even with our technical issues and physical issues. Jess,
Yep, that was great.
Blake,
Yep.
yeah, I'll let you guys, one of you start first, and then I'll close it out. So.
No, thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed this conversation, and yeah, I mean, we could probably go on and on and on for another couple shows, but yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed this, so thank you everybody for being here. God bless.
Yeah, it was fun and stuff. I'm glad you invited me, and glad I was able to show up. And yeah, it's always fun to talk about this subject and
Oh yeah.
with like-minded people, and got a good group of people in the chat and stuff. So I feel happy to be here anytime.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody in the chat, and that goes for Jess, your show. A lot of the same people, and
Got a good group.
a lot of different, but everybody is polite. Everybody is really on the ball when it comes to asking questions, and hopefully we given them some of the answers that they're looking for. Of course, we don't have all the answers, and we never will have all the answers.
Never will.
But it's fun trying to find the answer. It always is. That's why I enjoy doing this and going out in the woods, and because there's always something to uncover. There's always something new around the corner, and our job is to find it.
Yeah.
It's good for you. It's healthy for you. Humans in the cities, causes anxiety when you don't see the trees and you can't hear the birds sing. So when you're out in the woods,
Yeah.
That's why you feel refreshed when you come out of the woods and you go back in the city and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you don't see the trees and you don't hear the birds.
Right.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%.
Anybody in the chat that's never been out in the woods, you need to make plans on just going to the park.
Yep.
Go to the park, witness the trees and all the animals around, and get that connection, because that connection is what it actually helps with your well-being. You know, you go out in the woods, you go out to a park, you're out in nature, so you're getting sunlight, which is vitamin D, which is very crucial for you to have. So, you know, even just that little bit right there is more than enough to tell you that you should get out.
And grounding.
Yeah,
Take
and
your
grounding.
shoes and socks off and go stick your toes in the grass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, because you never know. You might make a lifelong connection with something that's looking at you in the dark.
We want people to go out and not get them scared.
That's my tree to pee on.
Yeah.
Pick a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, if we just our luck, we're doing that, and we hear, "Hey, quit peeing on my tree," or you hear the tree, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that on me."
It's not nice.
Nope.
How'd you like it if I did that to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's something good to end on.
On that note,
You guys take care.
good
All right,
night,
Blake,
everybody.
Take care, All right,
Take care,
Jess,
Christy.
take
Hope you
care.
feel better.
Yeah.
Good night.
Take care, guys.
All right. Good night, y'all. Yeah. Thanks, Jess, and everybody in chat. Again, I'll say good night for Christy, and we will see you guys next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central. Don't forget, I haven't told everybody yet, but Friday I will be on JP on his show, so 3 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. his time. So y'all make sure you look out for the link on Facebook or here on YouTube, or go to JP's YouTube channel. So that's basically all we got till then, and sorry about the technical difficulties. When the computer freezes up, it's kind of hard to do anything until it starts to cooperate. But next week, new show. I can't say what we're going to talk about next week, but y'all will see when I post it. So I want y'all to take care. Make sure you get your rest, and have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. And we'll see you next Wednesday. So till then, keep squatching, y'all.
Squatch dogs.
Early music fills the air, echoing through the night.
Squatch dogs.
Whispers in the woods where shadows play. Legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud, but no one's there. Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Dark house beneath the moonlit gloom. Eyes that shine like fire in a room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls. Ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. Cryptids in your mind, let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know. From the forest deep to the attic's dust. O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread. Hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound, empowering us as the tales go around. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. Fueled by the fight.